What's going on, guys? Well, as you can see, I'm not in the rig. But I've been asked to do a video about my take on CR England. If you've watched my videos, you guys know that I am a trainer at CR England. Um, I've been with the company probably about a year and a half now. And personally, it's a good company. Um, I'm going to give you guys the truth from the start. I'm not one of these types of people that are going to sugarcoat things and try to push people a certain way. I'm going to give you the truth of not only CR England, but the industry in general, or at least my take of it. Now, I've been driving commercial vehicles for many years. Many years. I became an over-the-road truck driver. I started out with CR England. I'm still with CR England. But to be honest with you, I'm not going to be here much longer. And there's a reason for that, and I'll get to that. So, as far as the industry itself, let me start out by saying this. Do your research. Whether it's watching YouTube videos, whether it's, looking online and stuff like that. But when you're doing that, understand that what you're looking at and what you're listening to are other people's opinions. Now, I have seen, I don't understand it, but I've seen it. People will go online or do a video and they will bash a company, whether it's Prime, CR England, Swift, Warner, it doesn't matter. And these people have never even worked for these companies. I don't know if they just do it for the publicity or if they just like to bitch. Whatever the case is, I personally, I'm not going to sit here and tell you anything good or bad about Prime or Swift or Warner or any of these other companies because I've never worked for them. What I am going to discuss is CR England in general. Now, before you become a truck driver, understand what it is you are getting into. Understand you're not going to get paid a whole hell of a lot. Understand that you are going to be away from your family for a long period of time, especially in the beginning. Once you get through your school and the training and all of that, you could probably make it home on a every 3-week, 4-week basis. But in the beginning, because of your schooling, your training and stuff like that, you may be gone anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks right off the bat. So try to mentally prepare yourself for that, because it's a hard pill to swallow. You're so used to being home every single day and seeing your girlfriend or your wife and your kids or your family and things like that, to you're gone for at least 6 to 8 weeks, in the beginning. And that, like I said, that's a hard pill to swallow if you've never been gone from your family that long. So I will say this, no matter what company you go with, the first 6 months is going to be your biggest struggle because you're not getting paid a whole hell of a lot. The biggest question I see online is, what do you get paid cents per mile? Let me start by saying it doesn't matter. If you're getting paid, say for example, and I'm just going to throw these numbers out there just to make the math a little bit easier, so that this doesn't reflect any of the companies or anything like that, so the numbers that I'm using are solely coming out of my mouth for easier purposes. But if you call up CR England and say they offer you 30 cents a mile, you get all agitated. There's companies that pay more than that, and you hang up with them, and then you go call, say for example, we'll say Prime. Prime says, well, we'll pay you 40 cents a mile. Your next question ought to be is, what are your drivers averaging as far as mileage goes per week? So, and again, these are just my opinions, and just for the sake of understanding it, if CR England offers you 30 cents a mile and you're doing 4,000 miles a week, you're going to get paid more at CR England than you would at Prime if Prime offered you 40 cents a mile, but you're only doing 2,000 miles a week. So, yes, the cents per mile is somewhat important, but not as important as how many miles are you actually driving. The other thing is if a company tells you, okay, yeah, we can, our drivers average between 2,000 and 2,500 miles a week, and I have heard that before. I guess my next question is going to be what are you doing all week? I mean, you can run 2,000 miles. I mean, most of these companies, their trucks are governed at around 60, 62, something like that. So you can average, if you run your mileage, and this is just off the top of my head, but you can run 2,000 miles in a little over 3 days. What are you doing for the other 4 days? That's a lot of sitting around. So I can say, for as far as CR England goes, they get you the miles. You will stay running for the most part. Now, it all depends on who your DM is. I've had students tell me that, their DMs run them nonstop and that they're getting 4,000 or 4,500 miles in a week. I've had other students say that their DMs suck and that they're only getting, 2,200 miles a week. So it all depends on who your DM is. But the other thing is if you prove yourself to your DM, then he's going to get you better loads. He's going to get you more miles. But in the beginning, they're just testing you out, especially when you just get out of training. With CR England, and I don't know if it's like this with all the other companies, but at least with CR England is once you're done training, your training lasts about 2.5 to 3 weeks. You got to do 160 to 180 hours. But once you come off the trainer's truck, you get into your own truck, but you're with a teammate for at least the first 6 months. After your 6 months, then you can decide whether or not you want to go solo, become a trainer, have a teammate. You can pretty much do whatever you want. Any job you go to, you get what you put into it. Okay, and that's something else that everybody needs to understand is if you come to this, any company, you become a truck driver. If you're only driving 300-400 miles a day, you're not going to get paid much. I hate to say it, but you're not. You can't drive 300-400 miles a day and expect, a $2,000 paycheck. It ain't going to happen no matter where you go. I don't care if you got 20 years experience. You're not going to get that kind of money. Now, as far as CR England goes, the trainers are the top paid drivers in the industry. Yes, you can average between, I think my lowest paycheck was $1,400 maybe. And I think my highest paycheck was a little over $2,800. I wish I can get the $2,800 paychecks every single week, but, is what it is. And that's the other thing that, you need to understand is you're going to have your good weeks and you're going to have your bad weeks. It's not like working a regular job where you're making $15 an hour for 40 hours a week. You're going to get the same paycheck every single week. It's not like that out here. You're going to have good weeks, you're going to have bad weeks, and that's going to depend on traffic, accidents, weather, your load assignments. There's a lot of factors that are going to come into play when it comes to your pay. So the other thing is location. If you're going through Pennsylvania and Virginia, you're going to hit a lot of the hills. If you're going into Wyoming and Utah, you're going to hit a lot of the hills. That's going to slow you down. You're not going to get, 65 miles an hour like you would through Nebraska or, any of the flatlands. So there's a lot of factors that are going to, come into play when it comes to your pay. CR England is not a bad company. Like I said, the first 6 months are going to be your biggest struggle. Yes, the hotel rooms suck. But if you're going to become a truck driver and your biggest concern is what kind of hotel that you're going to go to, this isn't the job for you. You're only going to be in that hotel for maybe 2 weeks. Um, while you're going to school, and then when you're waiting for your trainer, it might be about 3 weeks tops. After that, you're out in the truck. You're out on the road. There is no more hotels. So, for those of you that are, concerned about the hotel that you're going to, I'm going to tell you right now, the one, I can't speak for all the other ones, but the one in Burns Harbor, yeah, it's a shithole. It really is. But, like I said, you're only there for 2 weeks, maybe 3 at the most. I am personally leaving CR England. I'm not leaving CR England because of anything that they've done or because of the pay or anything to do with the company itself. The company hasn't done anything to me to say I'm not doing this anymore. My reasoning for leaving CR England is because I'm getting off the road altogether. I was given a job offer back home, working Monday through Friday, and having most of my weekends off, at least every Sunday. I may end up working, Saturdays every once in a while, but not a big deal. But, I didn't come into truck driving to make this a lifelong career. And that's just the honest truth. I had some personal things that were going on, at home to where this was the perfect time for me to get my Class A license and become an over-the-road truck driver, get my experience. But I had zero intentions on making this a lifelong career. No, not happening. That's just me. Some people do come out here and, they spend the rest of their lives doing this. I mean, there's actually people that has worked at CR England. I actually just met one a couple weeks ago. He's been here 32 years. Some people come into the industry, they go to the school, they go to these mega carriers, they spend their 1 year here, they get their experience, and then they become owner operators or lease operators. So some people do turn this into a lifelong career. I personally, I'm not doing that. Especially with the offer that I got here at home, which you guys will see, in due time, because I will continue to do the YouTube videos, and, with what I'm going to be doing, it's the videos are going to get, quite interesting. So, but I personally want the different lifestyle. Okay, I want to enjoy my weekends off. Have somebody at home that, to come home to, every night and, enjoy dinner with, and, take the weekends and, go fishing or, do whatever. That's the lifestyle that I want. So that's why I said that, this whole me becoming a truck driver, this was not a lifelong decision. So I knew right from day one that it was going to be temporary. I did go in with the mindset that I will finish out my contract, which is a year, with CR England, and I finished my contract and then some. But like I said, it's just I got a way better offer, and it puts me home every day. So that's what I'm going with. And like I said, you guys will see what I'm doing all in due time. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, leave a comment down below. I will get the answer for you if I don't already know it. I cannot speak on the behalf of these other companies. I may be able to answer a general question about them, but as far as what they get, what they pay and how many miles they get, I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know what Prime does. I don't know what Swift does. I can only tell you what CR England does. I will say this, when you pick a company, stick with it. Stay with them for at least a year. If you're going to be one of these types of drivers that are going to bounce around from company to company to company, it's going to look bad on you. It ain't no different than, working at home. If you've had 13 jobs in the last 2 years, that doesn't look good for you. So just pick one and stick with it and, give it 100%. That's the best advice I can give you. If you guys got any questions whatsoever, leave a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to answer them. And I'll see you guys soon.